guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd do 2 videos this week rather than 3, just to kind of keep them fresh, keep them excited and keep them interesting. I am also off a lot over the Easter holiday, so you'll be getting more like vlogs and videos and everything else from me then. But what I wanted to do in today's video is I wanted to do another story time for you guys. And this story is about when I did an intensive driving course, and it was probably the worst driving instructor moments of my life from hell. So if you wanted to hear all about my driving instructor from hell, then keep watching. So if you don't know about me, I still can't drive. I've got a provisional licence. To be honest, I think my theory is expiring again soon, so I really need to get a move on. But yeah, driving is just one of those things. Like, some people struggle riding a bike, some people don't like swimming. I struggle driving. I don't mind driving in real life, like I actually quite enjoy it. It's the test bit that just... I just go, my mind just goes. So I was getting made redundant in August a couple of years ago. So I was like, right, I'm gonna try and do my driving. And I saw, obviously, you can do those like intensive driving courses. So you can do 5-day, like if you want to pass your test in the quicker way, then it's 5day.co.uk. that one, you know that one. Well, that one was quite expensive, so I didn't do it, but I saw there was I can't remember the company I got it from. I think it was called like Intensive, like Fast Pass Driving School or something like that. And what I thought it was the actual driving school arranging it, but it's not. They basically, you get a quote and they find a local driving instructor. So I did it. It was quite a lot of money, and it was 5 days. So I booked the week off work. It was then my birthday on the Saturday. So it was going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Your test is on the Friday. And you do 4 hours of driving every single day. So I did 9 till 1, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Extra lesson before the driving test, and then the test at the end. Now, I was expecting it to be, you know, some like fairly young, like, or maybe like a middle-aged driver that's really patient, you know, because end of the day, 20 hours driving over 5 days is quite a lot. So pay my money, I'm thinking, great, I can do this, I'm going to pass my test. He comes to get me, and he's like this, he's fine, he's harmless to begin with, but he's like an old bloke, he seems alright. Well, driving around where I live, you know, before we actually go to the test route, and he goes... So we're driving, and he goes, can you pull in? He asked for a copy of my driving licence, and I'm like, okay, like, you know, there you go. I was 25 at this point. And then he basically turns to me, and he goes, and bear in mind I'm sat like this, like, turns to me, and he goes, oh, you've got lovely hair. And I was like, like, thank you, like that. So that was a bit weird. Then the next thing was that he was on one of these diets. So he was on one of those like diets where you can only have like meal replacement bars, which is great. Like, if it works for you, like, you do you, hun. But bear in mind, we're doing like 20 hours driving. That is quite a full-on like day. So this happened every single day for the entire like point of it upwards. But what he'd do is he'd pull in as if we're having a break. So say at 11 o'clock, we'd been driving for 2 hours at this point. He'd pull into the side of the road, and he'd go, oh, do you want a chocolate? And he'd bring out this massive carrier bag of like chocolate, and I was still in, like, I'm obviously into my fitness and whatever, so I'm like, no, I'm fine. But he's like, no, like, have the chocolate. So I sat there, and I ended up having the chocolate on the first day. But bear in mind, I didn't know him that well. I was genuinely like, is he like, is this for real? Well, he didn't then like eat himself. What he basically did is he sat there and he just watched me eat it for like 20 minutes, and it was like that at me, and I was just like, what the hell is he doing? So then it kept happening, and it was just really weird. Like, I just didn't really feel like I was going anywhere, but I thought, look, if I'm going to pass my test at the end of the day, just suck it up. So what I ended up doing for the rest of the week is I ended up just basically taking the bars of chocolate home with me, because I was a bit worried. And I said to my mum, like, we don't actually know, like, he probably is harmless, but I don't know, like, what's in these chocolate bars. But my mum kept eating them, so I would basically then just bring fruit with me, and I'd be like, I've got a banana. Obviously then after, I was thinking, when I then was like, oh my god, I've just decided to bring a banana, I thought, oh my god, this is even worse, because he's now going to watch me eat the banana. So that didn't help things. we carry on. And he's quite a stressy guy. Like, for a driving instructor, obviously I'm a complaint handler for a living. You think he'd be quite, like, calm and, like, happy and, you know, relaxed. Oh, no. Like, he was just a nightmare. Like, he'd just lose his mind. So, where I live, there's, like, in Bristol, there's where I did my test was Kingswood. You can do 3 different. I've only ever done it in Kingswood. So, if you don't know the area that well, there's a lot of ring roads. And near that area is a cinema, and underneath the cinema is basically like multiple story car park. Now I know because I've had other driving lessons with different instructors before. I've done my test I think 3 times now. There's a sign that says, and the general rule is, because you know I've grown up here all my life, I know what the general rules are where I live, is that you're not actually allowed to practice parking under there. So he was then like, oh yeah, we'll go and practice under there, and I'm like, I don't actually think you're allowed to do that. And he's like, no, and I'm thinking, no, it's not. I know for a fact you're not supposed to do it. But anyway, near the cinema is a McDonald's, and there's a little mini roundabout. Now, my common consensus is, obviously, please tell me if I'm wrong, is that if you're on a mini roundabout, you've got to give way to the right, because someone might be going that way. So you have to give way. It's just what I thought. Well, I pull up to this bit, give way to the right, and he just absolutely loses it. He's like, no, like, don't do that. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? And I'm just like this. Like, what is this guy's problem? So then I was just really calmly, I just didn't, in the end, I just went, I'm giving way to the right. And he's like, no, you don't do that. So I pulled in, and basically I got underneath the car park, and I literally went, I'm really sorry, but I'm not going to be able, I started crying. I was like, I'm not being funny, but you're not going to be able to teach me, and I'm not going to feel comfortable in a car with you for the rest of the week if you speak to me that way. Well, obviously at this point, because I know you're not supposed to park underneath there, security guard comes over and it's like, what's going on? And I'm just literally like in tears by this point. And it literally, I was like, look, I'm really sorry. I know I'm not supposed to park under here, but can I just do it just to, you know, basically shut this guy up? So I did it. The guy was like, oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean, the instructor was like, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. And I'm like, but you know, there's no need to shout at someone. Like, you're not going to be able to teach. So the week carried on. I felt really uncomfortable, tired. It went on for another 4 hours every single day. Came to the test route. Didn't pass the test. I just, you know, it was hot. I got nervous. I was stressed. I didn't feel comfortable. It actually got to the point where he was a bit weird in the test centre. Like, he was making pervy comments in front of the other guy. And I was like, okay, this is really weird. And then when I failed the test, the driving examiner was like, do you want the instructor with you? And she was like, do you really want him here? And I was like, because she could see I was uncomfortable. He was like walking towards us, and she was like, are you sure you want him to come over? I'm like, yeah. And then what basically happens is obviously I failed. Now the general consensus is that if you fail with these intensive courses, you're supposed to be offered lessons again, because the whole point is it's designed to help you pass. Well, he didn't speak to me for the entire journey back. He just literally was like, and I was just thinking, well, this is great. Like, it's my birthday tomorrow. I failed my driving test. And he basically was miserable. And he was like, oh, well, this has been a bit of a nightmare, hasn't it? And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but I've paid you like almost £600. Like, what's going on? So then we got home. Obviously, you're not allowed to drive even if you pass your test. You've got to have the examiner drive you. No, you have to have your instructor drive you. So he pulls in, and he doesn't actually pull in. He pulls in outside my house. Obviously, my mum's looking outside the window. She knows I fell because she can read me like a book. And I'm just sat there, and he didn't say anything to me. And I just went, well, what do I do from here? Because obviously I failed my test. Like, what am I supposed to do now? And he just went, didn't offer me lessons. He just went, and I was just like, great. I was like, what am I supposed to do? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, what? I was just like, what? I just gave up. So I ended up just walking out. I went, thanks. shut the door and walked off. And obviously my mum was like, what the hell was going on outside? And I was like, well, he didn't offer me lessons. He didn't really go, oh, I'm really sorry that you failed your driving test. And then to make matters worse, this intensive driving course, obviously I've just failed my driving test on the Friday. It's my birthday the next day and I'm going out to celebrate my birthday even though I failed my driving test. Oh no, they text me. The driving school goes, on behalf of this guy, on behalf of this driving school, we'd like to wish you a happy birthday. And I'm thinking, I haven't got a happy birthday. I got absolutely trolled because I'm thinking I failed my driving test. So, absolute nightmare. So, obviously I'm a complaint handler for a living. So, I felt, because for my own, like, I'm 25, but I wouldn't want it to be that someone who's like 17 or they're just driving, I wouldn't want that to go to another woman. So, I ended up making a complaint and I basically contacted the driving company that arranged the lessons, and I said, look, I said, this has happened, I'm a bit concerned, he was a bit weird, he was aggressive, he was quite rude to me, and they rang me back. To be fair to them, they were like, look, we're really sorry, but they were like, we've never had a complaint about this guy. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but I'm 25, he made me feel really uncomfortable, he shouted at me a lot, he made me eat chocolate bars. Like, why would I, I wouldn't make this stuff up. Like, would you really make up the fact that someone has forced you and watched you eat it? Like, who would make that up? So that was that. And yeah, so I haven't really, I've had another test since, which didn't go like quite right, mainly because I'm on my anxiety medication. So I'm off the one that I take at night and I'm hoping to start driving again. Obviously it's quite a lot of money as well. The amount of money that I've spent on driving is an absolute nightmare. But God knows what happened to him. Obviously the driving school were like, if you wanted to report him to the DVLA, you could, but it's just not worth it. Like, I just thought, no, like, no. So that was the story of my driving instructor from hell, who made me watch, he made me like eat chocolate and watching me eat them, made me eat, like I was eating a banana, he made me eat, let's start again. So he made me eat a chocolate bar in front of him, he touched my hair, he went absolutely nuts at me for giving way to the right on a roundabout, and he basically drove off without offering me lessons or any kind of sympathy the day before my birthday. So if you're in the Bristol area, I can probably give you the name. If you're really worried about a potential driving instructor, obviously let me know. I'm still living my best life, but just be wary before you book these online courses. Just maybe check who they're actually hiring. If you've had any horror driving instructor or driving school experiences, please let me know. If you've got any tips for me to drive, because I really want to pass my test, like I really do. I'd really love being able to drive around. But yeah, if you enjoyed my video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.